The internet didn't just shake, it shattered. Jim Jones thought his carefully crafted statement would be the end of the whispers, the speculation, the blame. But Chrissy's response wasn't just a clapback. It was an execution. And now the world is saying what Jim spent 20 years trying to avoid. Chrissy finally won. When Jim sat in that studio, diamonds flashing but voice trembling, declaring, "I did my best." Fans expected sympathy. Instead, they ripped him apart line by line, clip by clip. Memes exploded across timelines. Chrissy on one knee, proposing back in 2011. Next to her wedding ring reveal in 2024. Captions screamed, "She waited. He wasted." TikTok stitched his statement with Chrissy's most tearful love and hip-hop scenes, exposing the pain behind 2 decades of excuses. Jim's victim narrative collapsed overnight, and while he scrambled, Chrissy stayed silent. For 2 days, the world begged for her truth. When it came, it wasn't PR polished or carefully staged. It was a scorched earth detonation, leaked audios, secret voicemails, raw texts, and unreleased VH1 reunion footage that ripped the mask off. It's Harlem's most infamous love story. Insiders claim Jim stormed through studios, breaking phones and cursing his team for failing to stop the leaks. Mama Jones fueled the fire with a cryptic post. "Love don't live in lies. I taught my son better." Fans gasped. Even his mother had chosen Chrissy. And then came the dagger. Chrissy, flawless in white, went live on Instagram. Her voice steady, her eyes unflinching. "He had 20 years to choose me. He didn't. So I chose myself." The internet froze. Then it erupted. #Chrissy1 trended worldwide. Celebrities from Cardi B to Remy Ma applauded her strength. Jim's defenders couldn't spin it anymore. But just as the dust began to settle, Harlem Truths dropped a midnight bombshell. Receipts that will finish the story tomorrow. The storm wasn't over. It was only beginning. Now here's the truth. You cannot afford to look away. The leaks, the voicemails, the texts, the backstage footage, this is only scratching the surface. Tomorrow, Harlem Truths promises the final receipts. And insiders say they could expose everything Jim never wanted us to know. Imagine missing that. Imagine waking up to find out the entire internet already moved on without you. So smash that like button if you believe Chrissy finally took back her power. Drop your wildest theories in the comments. What's in those final receipts? A secret child? A hidden engagement? Something darker? And above all, hit subscribe and turn on notifications right now. Because when the next leak drops, you'll either be here first with the real tea or hours late, begging for updates. This isn't just gossip. This is history unfolding in real time. Don't get left behind when the next bombshell detonates. Stay locked in. The silence after Jim Jones' statement wasn't pasit, was pressure. He thought sitting in that dimly lit studio, diamond chains flashing under the spotlight, would be his redemption arc. He adjusted his shades, leaned back in the chair, and dropped his words like they were gospel. "I did my best. She knew where I stood." His voice was flat, tired, like a man who wasn't just defending himself to the world, but convincing himself, too. But the second those clips hit the internet, fans tore them apart like vultures on a carcass. "Did my best." After 20 years of dodged proposals, 20 years of excuses, 20 years of tears that Chrissy shed on national television, that line wasn't closure. It was confession. Jim wasn't the victim. He was exposed. Hashtags trended instantly. #Chrissy1. #Jimmy lost. Memes flooded timelines at lightning speed. TikTok stitched his statement with clips of Chrissy dropping to her knees back in 2011, begging him for a commitment, then cutting straight to her new wedding ring sparkling in 2024. Captions screamed, "She begged. He stalled. She walked. She won." One viral post with over 3 million views summed it up perfectly. Jim's words weren't defense, they were defeat. While Jim's fans scrambled to spin the narrative, Chrissy stayed silent. No Instagram stories, no cryptic quotes, no interviews. Just silence. and that silence was deafening. For 2 days straight, fans begged for her voice. "Chrissy, speak your truth," one Twitter user wrote. Another declared, "She don't gotta say a word, the ring said it all." But insiders whispered otherwise. They claimed Chrissy wasn't staying quiet out of mercy. She was loading her arsenal, planning her move. And when the crack in her silence came, it wasn't a statement. It wasn't a press release. It was a leak out of nowhere. Harlem Truth's a notorious gossip blog with a track record of dropping bombs uploaded a 27-second audio clip. The voice was unmistakable. Chrissy, raw, emotional, breaking but unbroken. "You had 20 years, Jimmy. 20 years to make me your wife. 20 years to give me peace. And all you gave me was silence. You think I wasted my time? No, baby, you wasted your chance." The internet froze. Then it exploded. Fans turned her words into captions, TikTok edits, even t-shirts. One tweet racked up for OOK likes in a single night. "She waited. He wasted. She won." Another stitched Chrissy's audio over a slow-motion montage of her love and hip-hop scenes. The comment section flooded with fire emojis and the word queen. The hashtag shifted overnight from hashtag Chrissy won to hashtag she said it. Chrissy's voice became a battle cry. Then came the texts. Screenshots allegedly between Chrissy and a close friend began circulating. They were brutal. "He begged me not to embarrass him, but he embarrassed me for decades. Enough is enough." Another read, "I didn't leave to hurt him. I left to save myself." Whether the messages were authentic didn't matter. The culture decided instantly they were real enough. They spread across every corner of Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, dissected like scripture. Fans clapped back at Jim's defenders with Chrissy's alleged texts as ammo. Every word was shared, screenshotted, and weaponized. Behind the scenes, sources said Jim lost it. One insider claimed he stormed his studio, threw his phone against the wall, and yelled at his team for not controlling the leaks. Another said he was pacing, muttering, "She's turning the whole world against me." But the truth? The world had already turned . And then Mama Jones stepped into the fire, with her signature glass of wine in hand. She recorded one of her infamous kitchen counter videos. Her words cut sharper than knives. "Love don't live in lies. And I taught my son better." Fans gasped. Was she siding with Chrissy? The comment section thought so. "Even Mama Jones knows," one fan wrote. Another quipped, "If your own mama picks Chrissy, you're finished." The chaos hit a fever pitch when unreleased VH1 reunion footage leaked. Someone inside production had clearly recorded what happened after Chrissy revealed her marriage on set. Off-mic Jim could be heard muttering under his breath, "She really left me for him. After everything." Damn. Fans had their confirmation. Jim wasn't blindsided. He was haunted. The internet had a field day. Old clips resurfaced, Chrissy crying, Jim dodging, Chrissy pleading for commitment. They were stacked side by side with her wedding reveal. Captions screamed, "She begged. He stalled. She walked. She won." Twitter timelines became battlegrounds. Team Jim accused Chrissy of betrayal. Team Chrissy dragged him for wasting her life. The noise was deafening. And then the celebrities jumped in. Erica Mena tweeted, "This is why you don't play with a woman's time," Remy Ma posted. "Chrissy held him down longer than most of y'all would have. Respect her choice." Cardi B liked a tweet that simply said, "She's the queen now." Tweet that simply said, "She's the queen now." Every reaction added gasoline to the fire. Jim's carefully constructed statement was buried under Chrissy's rising wave. And finally, Chrissy broke her silence herself. She went live on Instagram, dressed in all white, makeup, flawless, but expression steely. Her eyes locked on the camera like she was staring through Jim and into every soul watching. Jimmy had his moment. He said his piece. Now here's mine. "I gave him my loyalty, my love, my youth. I built with him. I sacrificed for him. And while I waited, he thought I'd wait forever. But forever has an expiration date." The comments section detonated. Verified accounts flooded in with applause emojis. Fans screamed "Queen" in all caps. Screens lit up across the globe as her words turned into a movement. And then Chrissy leaned forward, her voice dropping to a whisper that somehow felt louder than a scream. "The difference between me and Jimmy is that when I say I do, I mean it. I said it to the man who chose me, not the man who wasted me." The internet froze. Even Jim's staunchest defenders went silent. Headlines blared across every outlet. Chrissy finally won, but just when the world thought the saga had peaked. Harlem Truths dropped another bombshell at 11:57 p.m. A black screen, white text. No details, no context. Just tomorrow. Receipts that will finish the story. Within minutes, #receipts at midnight started trending. Fans speculated wildly. Was Chrissy holding back a darker truth? Did Jim have secrets yet to be revealed? Or was another player about to enter the story altogether? The internet held its breath. Jim stayed silent. Chrissy ended her live. Mama Jones disappeared. And everyone knew one thing: the storm wasn't over. It had only just begun. The clock struck midnight and Harlem Truths detonated the bomb. What dropped wasn't just gossip, it was demolition. Screenshots, audio files, and grainy video clips appeared under one headline: "The Truth Behind Jim and Chrissy. 20 Years of Secrets." The first leak. Text messages allegedly between Jim and a confidant, dated only months before Chrissy's wedding. The arrogance dripped off every word. "She's bluffing. Chrissy ain't going nowhere. She addicted to me. Even if she walked, she'd always come back." Another line read, "She might think she's strong, but she ain't built to live without Jimmy." The internet erupted. Memes flooded instantly. One fan captioned the texts, "This is why she left." Another, "He thought she was trapped. She was planning her escape." Within hours, the screenshots blanketed every platform, dissected like sacred scripture. But Harlem Truths wasn't finished. Next came audio. A 43-second voicemail, allegedly from Jim, his voice bitter, ragged. "Man, I ain't even mad she got married. I'm mad she did it without me. After all this time, she should have let me have the last word. She embarrassed me on TV. That's what I can't forgive." The clips spread like wildfire. TikTok creators laid the voicemail over sad piano music, painting Jim as a man obsessed with control. A man who didn't mourn love, but mourned ego. Twitter threads exploded. He wasn't hurt, she left. He was hurt, he couldn't write the ending. Then came the video. Grainy, shaky backstage footage from the VH1 reunion, shot on a crew member's phone. In it, Chrissy storms out of her dressing room. Jim is yelling in the hallway. "So, you just gonna play me like that?" Chrissy's voice cut back, trembling but razor sharp. "Play you, Jimmy. You played yourself. You had 20 years to choose me, and you didn't. I chose me." The internet lost its mind. Clips went viral on loop. Fans screamed this wasn't just love and hip-hop, it was Shakespeare in Harlem. One tweet with 800K likes read, "We are watching the fall of Jim Jones in real time." And the celebrities poured gasoline on the fire. 50 Cent reposted the video with the caption, "She checked him like the rent was due." Michelle tweeted, "This is why I don't wait on no man. 20 years. Nah." Tamar Braxton went live saying Chrissy gave her life. He gave her excuses. She had the last laugh. Jim's camp scrambled. His manager pushed out a statement calling the leaks manipulated, out of context, outright false. But no one believed it. The damage was irreversible. Meanwhile, Chrissy played it like a queen. She didn't directly address the leaks. Instead, she dropped a single photo on Instagram. Her hand, wedding ring glinting in sunlight, captioned simply, "Peace greater than chaos." Within 8 hours, the post hit 1 million likes. But Harlem Truths wasn't done. They posted what they called the missing piece. It's an email thread allegedly between VH1 producers. In it, one producer wrote, "Chrissy asked us not to exploit Jim's reaction. We ignored it. The reveal was too good for ratings." Another replied she doesn't know how viral this is going to be. Jim's going to be crushed, but that's showbiz. Fans went ballistic. Outrage hit VH1 like a tidal wave. Hashtags #cancel VH1 and #respect Chrissy trended side by side. Fans accused the network of emotional manipulation, exploiting black love for ratings, deliberately setting Jim up for humiliation. But then came the wildest twist yet. Harlem Truths teased a final file with 4 words: "Message from her husband." An alleged text from Chrissy's new man surfaced. Simple, direct, heart-shattering. "Proud of you. Let them talk. I got you forever." The internet froze. Suddenly, it wasn't just about Jim's downfall. It was about Chrissy's fresh start. Speculation exploded. Blogs dug deep. Fans playing detective. Some pointed to Marcus Bellamy, a celebrity architect rumored to have met Chrissy in 2022. Others swore it was an industry insider she'd kept hidden all along. Memes flew everywhere. Jim wasted 20 years. Marcus secured forever in 2. Jim's silence grew louder. No clapbacks. No freestyles. No cryptic bars. Nothing. Sources whispered he was holed up in his Harlem townhouse, ignoring calls, refusing interviews. But Mama Jones wasn't silent. She returned with another kitchen counter video, this time visibly emotional. "I love my son, but I love Chrissy too. What y'all saw on TV ain't the half." They both hurt each other. But sometimes losing is the lesson. Fans gasped again. Some said she was shading Jim. Others said she was defending him. Either way, her words cut deeper than any headline. Meanwhile, the detective work on Marcus intensified. Fans resurfaced a 2013 Love and Hip Hop clip of Chrissy telling Jim, "I can't wait forever. I won't wait forever." The clip went viral again, captioned, "She warned him. He didn't listen." And then another mysterious Instagram account dropped a bomb. A new voicemail allegedly from Jim recorded just days earlier. His voice cracked. "Tell her I never stopped loving her. Tell her I just didn't know how to show it. Tell her I thought she'd never leave." The internet split down the middle. Some called it proof Jim was broken. Others called it manipulation. Either way, the culture couldn't look away. And just when the war seemed at its hottest, Chrissy herself went live again. Her tone was calm, her eyes steady, her words surgical. "I didn't want this to turn into a circus, but here we are. Let me be clear. Jimmy was my love, my partner, my family. But love without action isn't love. It's limbo. And I refuse to live in limbo any longer. He had his chance, 20 years of chances. Now I have peace. I have happiness. I have someone who chose me without hesitation. And no leak, no rumor, no headline can take that away." The internet exploded. Verified accounts filled the comments with heart emojis and applause. Even her critics were silenced. Chrissy had spoken, and her words landed like thunder. But just as fans thought the saga had hit its climax, Harlem Truths dropped one more teaser. A blurred photo of Chrissy with her new husband captioned, "The face reveal comes tomorrow." The internet stopped in its tracks. Who was the man who finally won Chrissy's heart after decades of chaos? The countdown began. Twitter melted into madness. Blogs speculated endlessly. And Jim? Still silent. Still absent. Still haunted. Everyone knew the next reveal wouldn't just be a twist. It would be an explosion. The internet held its breath. Noon struck, Harlem Truths refreshed their site, and the blurred mystery became crystal clear. The man standing beside Chrissy, hand intertwined with hers, wedding ring gleaming, wasn't just anyone, it was Marcus Bellamy, the celebrity architect known for designing homes for some of the biggest stars in hip-hop. The caption screamed, "Meet Marcus Bellamy, Chrissy's husband." The reaction was instantaneous. Twitter imploded. Instagram feeds filled with screenshots. TikTok stitched old Chrissy clips with Marcus's face like detectives piecing together a puzzle. Within minutes, Marcus Bellamy was trending worldwide, and the internet was quick to remind everyone this wasn't just some random man. Marcus was Hollywood connected. He'd built million-dollar estates for Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, even Rick Ross. He wasn't just wealthy, he was powerful. He was the kind of man who made things happen quietly, behind the scenes. And now, he wasn't just an architect. He was Chrissy's forever. Fans couldn't contain themselves. Jim gave her 20 years of excuses. Marcus gave her 20 months of certainty. Another tweet with over 1 million views read, "Jim wasted her youth. Marcus secured her future." But Jim wasn't staying silent any longer. Hours after the reveal, he went live on Instagram. His face half hidden behind shades, voice low, chains clinking as he shifted in his chair. "They want me to fold. They want me to look weak," he began, trying to mask the hurt in bravado. "But let me tell y'all something. I never lost her. She lost me." The comments section exploded instantly. #Chrissy, once spammed by thousands, drowning his words. His frustration boiled over, and then came the slip. "That dude Marcus, he's a clown. He wasn't there when I held her down. He wasn't there when the streets came for us. He don't know the history." Jim's voice cracked before he muttered almost under his breath, "She was talking to him while she was still with me." Fans froze. Screenshots flew. Headlines screamed, "Jim Jones suggests Chrissy cheated with Marcus." The narrative twisted instantly. Was Chrissy's relationship overlapping? Had she been planning her exit while still by Jim's side? Or was this just Jim spinning lies to salvage his pride? Harlem Truths poured gasoline on the fire. Dropping emails allegedly between Chrissy and Marcus from 2021. In them, Chrissy allegedly wrote, "You see me in ways Jimmy never did. You make me feel chosen." Another email, "I don't want to wait anymore. With you, I don't have to." The internet detonated. Team Chrissy insisted she had every right to move on after 2 decades of limbo. She didn't cheat, she upgraded. Team Jim accused her of betrayal, claiming she played the victim while lining up her escape. Marcus himself broke his silence with a slick Instagram post, a black and white photo of him and Chrissy at dinner, her head resting on his shoulder. His caption, "I chose her when it mattered. Forever means forever." Fans went wild. Some called it the ultimate clapback. Others dragged him as the man who stole Chrissy from Harlem's legend. Either way, the culture couldn't look away. And then Mama Jones returned with yet another kitchen counter video. Wine glass in hand, but tears in her eyes. "I don't care what nobody say," she declared.